2000, Honda S2000. Look at how high the water went. See the mud residue right there. It's all over everything, and I don't know if these relays are good or bad. That's low. Oh, it's on auto. 95,632 miles. Got a 19 mil in the socket. Rust down at the, all the bugs out. There was water. Water inside the head and the... Now I can easily, again, there's no plugs in it. So that's definitely water here. Oh! Yes! Yes! It cranks! It cranks! It cranks! Oh my god! Oh my god! Hey guys, welcome back to Challenge Garage. Today, super special day. Behind me is a flooded and abandoned 2000 Honda S2000. It has roughly 96 or 98,000 miles. It has been parked in a barn or shed garage for roughly about 7 years. And in that time, it got flooded by the creek that ran right by that garage. We're gonna dive into this car. So I just got it back. So I'm in Virginia right now. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm in Virginia right now. This is my mother-in-law's garage. I had the car towed here because it's close to where the car originally was. I also bought a brand new battery. So we're gonna put that in, turn the key, and just see if it like responds or does anything at all whatsoever. I did buy a bunch of parts. Here, let me show you. I bought some very specific parts. I bought the fuse box that goes under the hood on the passenger side. I bought the smaller fuse box that goes under the hood on the driver's side. And then I bought the entire fuse box that goes under the dash, under the driver's footwell and dash. And I don't know what I need, but all of these parts together were roughly like 185 bucks shipped. Off of eBay. So we're gonna utilize this stuff and see what we need to do to make this thing run. But before we even do that, we're just gonna pop a battery in and see if it even comes to life. I hope it runs. I hope it runs. All right, let me get you guys in here. You wanna come and take a look? So again, it's a 2000 Honda S2000. And I just got a brand new battery for it here. I picked that up off from Pep Boys. But the engine looks super clean. I opened the airbox. There's a little bit of mud, and you guys can see here, like, look at how high the water went. That's mud on the inside of the headlights. I even think there's mud on the inside of the taillights. Yeah, you can see the mud residue right there. So this is the fuse box that I bought off of eBay. And I bought it because while I was here, I took a look, and you can see there's just mud and residue all over everything. And I don't know if these relays are good or bad or what. And I didn't want to chance it, so I just wanted to make sure I actually had everything I could possibly need. I also bought a pack of like all of these fuses. I bought testers. I bought everything that you know we would need from an electrical perspective to see if we can get this thing running. So, but before we even do anything, let's hook the battery up and see if this thing even responds to the key. Okay, I'm not dead. That's good. I haven't been electrocuted yet. Okay, still with me? You are. All right, let's go in this car. And it is moldy. I mean, look at that door panel. That is nasty, man. Whew. Okay, hold your breath. Oh God, it smells so bad in here. Oh. Here is the key. Oh, the locks work. this lock? Oh, it's on auto unlocking. Okay, well, I guess that's all right. That's also a good sound. So we got lights, 95,632 miles, and 1 spider web, which I will get rid of. All right, engine start. Nothing. No sounds, no. Do I need to close the door? Oh, I heard a click. So does it not click with the door open? No, it's clicking. Okay. I don't know if there's like the dash is not responding at all. One works. Oh, wait, that lit up. That cruise light works. Select. This clutch feels soft. I don't know if that's just... I've never owned a Honda S2000 and I don't know what the clutch feels like. I've had a couple Hondas in my day. But that clutch feels like there's nothing... I mean, it's pulling back, but I wonder if it's a... I wonder if it's like a clutch switch issue. Because I'm hearing all the clicking. We're going to try a few things. So... yeah, so I'll put a wrench on the nose of the motor here, see if I can get this thing to spin over. I'm gonna try changing out that fuse box. That's the 2 fuse boxes that are under the dash. I'm gonna go ahead and replace those because those are really easy to get to, and see if anything else just like lights up the roof. Okay, so I can hear the door windows clicking, the window switch clicking in the. I'm hearing all kinds of clicking, but the roof is not responding at all. So the relays sounds like they're all working. I just don't know what the heck is going on. Like something's not getting power, or maybe there's a bad ground that has been corroded since this thing's got a ton of like corrosion from all the water and the flooding. All right, so my mother-in-law does not have any tools at all. Take a look at all of the things I brought with me from home to try to work on this thing. I've got a battery tender in case I fry the battery. I've got a light. I've got 4 jack stands. I've got a gas can because I'm 99% sure that I'm gonna have to drain all the fuel out of that thing. Don't get water in the fuel rail and all that stuff, so everything starts to run. I've got my impact and a bunch of wrenches and tools and all that in the bag. I got some gloves. I've got another little battery operated charger jump box. My fuel can, the relay, the fuse boxes that I bought off of eBay. I've got some brushes and stuff to clean the interior so that I don't get the mold virus. An oil pan, a funnel, a bucket for the gas, a couple empty jugs, all my camera gear. I've got my toolbox. I got a bunch of wiring stuff that, you know, you've gotta have, butt connectors, wiring, all that stuff's in there. That's about it. It was a whole trunk full of stuff to try to get this thing running. So, all right, let me get a wrench on this thing and see if it will flip over. All right, I got a 19 mil on this socket. Let's see if this thing will even do anything. Oh, I think I just broke it free. It was definitely stuck. It's really tight or stuck, but it definitely moved. Ugh. So I don't know if I'm tightening the bolt, which I don't think I am. I think it's the whole thing is spinning, but let me look at the belts. Hey. We might be in trouble, boys. We might be in a lot of trouble. I don't know if we're gonna need to go to plan B and spray some lubricant down this thing. I mean, it could also be completely hydrolocked, which that's a real possibility. I don't want to believe it's a possibility, but I mean, the water did go up pretty high, and that might be what I'm fighting. So, all right, so I got one plug out. Obviously, you got a little bit of rust there down at the bottom. Plug looks okay. There's no rust down at the threads or anything. So we're gonna go ahead and take all the plugs out, spray some WD-40 down in there, let it sit for a little while, and then see if I can get this damn thing to spin over. God, I hope this engine is not frozen. Another one, rusty down at the bottom. Wow, that plug looks horrible. I mean, it's just corroded. Oh, I'm really worried about what's down in there. God. I'm not feeling good about this, guys. Not feeling good about this. At least all of the plugs were tight. So that's a good thing, meaning like none of the water seeped in past the plugs and into the cylinder, but there's no water down in there. I mean, it's been 7 years, so I assume everything's already dried up, but if there was water, it probably already created rust. Hopefully not a lot. We'll see. We'll see. There is definitely rust on that spark plug. I am terrified right now. Oh no, no. That's another one that's got rust all over it. Damn it. That sucks. So the two back ones have had water. The two front ones, no water. Okay, good news, bad news. Took the plugs out, sprayed a bunch of WD-40 in, took the air box off, removed some things just so that I kind of had room in here. Check this out. With the plugs out, I can move it, which seems like good news. But I think I get to a part right there and it gets stuck. So I'm going to just move it back and see if the starter would kick it back over. That's what I'm gonna try next. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, well, we don't have a locked up engine, at least I don't think, because of how easily it moved. So that leaves that we still have electrical issues. Which that's okay. We've got some ways, I think, to try to address those. Like I said, I've got those fuse boxes. Check it out, guys. So now I can easily, again, there's no plugs in it, so I can easily and freely go in reverse. I did spray some more WD-40 down the cylinders, and it really is not like difficult at all. And I don't think it was anything that really affected the cylinders, because I know that this block is aluminum, so maybe it was just a little bit of corrosion, but I think we're okay. I'm gonna try going the other way, because it was the other way that I couldn't go. Cool. All right, on to electrical. We're gonna start with this fuse box. So I've got a replacement fuse box for this car that I bought off of eBay. and it's in really good shape. I'm very happy I bought it. I feel like it's going to make somewhat of a difference. Now, I don't know if it's gonna start the car. That's not where my head's at, but I feel like this might be one of the reasons why we have so many electrical issues. So I just want to start there. I'm not trying to replace fuse by fuse, relay by relay. It was, I thought, easier and probably simpler to just replace the whole entire fuse box. I mean, the whole fuse box with the relays and the fuses was only 50 bucks. So it was like, I felt like that was worth the money. And then I had everything and I didn't have to go to the dealership for anything specific. Okay, that's out. I mean, to be fair, all of the relays, or rather all of the little fuses here look okay, but the smaller micro fuses, I can't tell if any of those are blown or not, only because they're covered in mud, and I don't know if any of the relays have mud in them. They could, maybe messing them up. So the plan is to just go ahead and replace the lot. I guess we can take these totally off. So gold is facing me, silver is facing you. That's the color of the connection, the metal on the connector here. One is gold, one is silver. I guess that's to help anybody who's doing this job to differentiate between the two. Now I got a 10 mil socket, and we can start getting rid of this entire thing. Yeah, I mean, this actually looks like it's in really good shape, but I don't know if it is actually in good shape because you can't tell by looks. Perfect. 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 Okay. See if that does anything. So the switch is working. So if I hit the engine start button without hitting the clutch, no sound, no click. But I'm getting a click when I press the clutch in. So that's telling me that the clutch switch is actually doing something. Okay, keep going. That's one fuse box replaced. And it did nothing, which is fine. Better safe than sorry. Okay, let's try the smaller one on the other side. 8 mils again. And then, that looks like it just pops up. All right. Oh yeah, that's had water in it. There's like leaves and stuff in there. So that's definitely had water intrusion. But again, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But I don't want to chance it and it be something stupid that I just can't see. So I'm gonna replace them all. And 2. No corrosion on the inside here, which is a good sign, but again, those 2 fuses just don't look healthy. And there literally could be nothing wrong with them anyway, but this was 10 bucks, which is cheaper than buying these relays alone. Fuel. We probably really need to drain the tank next. Okay, that's good. Time for these to go back on. Let's go see if this thing will crank. Wouldn't that be crazy if you just heard it go shoo, 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 shoo. No. That only leaves one other fuse box. under the dash. Great. All right, guys, we are under the dash right now, and you can see this fuse box and some of the fuses have mud on them and stuff, and so there was definitely water that got all the way in here. I am going to try something, and I'm just going to pull one of the relays out for the starter and see if replacing it does anything at all, and we get this thing to crank. So before I start getting crazy and trying to undo everything, I'm just going to see if the relay itself went bad. So let me go ahead and replace it. I'll let you know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just replaced the starter relay. See if it does anything. Oh! Yes! Yes! It cranks! It cranks! It cranks! Oh my God! Oh my God! Check this out. I suspected it was the relay. Check that out. Can you see how bad that is? Let me put this light on. Can you see the corrosion in there? Oh my God, I just got this thing to crank. Oh. All right, my battery died mid-excitement. Sorry about that. I am so freaking pumped. You're dirty, by the way. You should take a shower. You know that? Look at how dirty you are. God bless. Okay. I'm pumped. So all I did was I took the new, this is a used junkyard relay that I bought off of eBay, or rather fuse box, for an AP1 S2000. And all I did was take out the starter relay that was right here, pop it in the other fuse box that was already there, and she cranked. So we're in excellent shape. I don't want to replace, I mean, look at this octopus of wires. I don't want to replace all of this. I'm gonna try replacing the other two relays, and then every single fuse, I'm gonna pull one out, pop it in place, throw the old one away, and then we'll see if everything starts to come to life. That is the plan. I will get cranking. I'm so pumped right now. There's a few things we need to do. Obviously, my spark plugs are shot, so I need to go to the store. I need to go to like O'Reilly's or whatever, buy new spark plugs. I want to do an oil change, so I'm gonna need oil and an oil filter. I do still need to drain the gas because I'm sure that, I'm like 99% sure that gas has water in it. And it is 7 years old, and I can smell it when I was messing with the other fuse box. I could smell like varnish, turpentine kind of smell. So I know that the gas is old. But the next relay that I'm gonna replace, I think, is the one that does the glass, because right now the glass doesn't work, the roof doesn't work. So I'm gonna replace everything, then turn the car on and see what comes to life. I'm so pumped. All right, next relay. Let's see if I can get this thing out. Oh, let me disconnect the battery. Start short frying myself. Huge. Can't see anything. I'm so big, and this car is so small. Yep, that's another bad relay. I can already tell. You guys see that? That is a bad relay. Pop this one in. You know what? I've got some contact cleaner and I've got some lithium grease. I'm gonna do both of those. Little contact cleaner. This WD-40 contact cleaner. So I can get it in here and just spray a little bit. Where'd I put that damn flashlight in here? Okay. I can see some nasties in there. Wow, that's like 1,000 times better. Okay. And now, dielectric grease. Make a nice good connection for us, hopefully. And pop this in. Okay, that's in. Next would be the flasher relay. All right, next I'm on to this relay, which I believe is the flasher relay for the blinkers. Right now, when you put the flashers on, it just goes, and the blinkers actually don't blink. They just click, make that same noise, and stay on. So, assuming that the flasher relay is shot as well. And this was a pain to get out of the harness that wasn't even in the car, that was sitting on the ground. This is not gonna be fun to get out of that one. I can already tell you gotta use 2 flat heads, and I don't even know how I'm gonna get this out because it's a lot tighter in here. Got it. All right, now let's test that, see if that works. The battery back up. What do we got? Hey. Okay, we have blinkers. Still no windows. Blower, dash, the rest of the dash doesn't work. Roof still doesn't work. Starter still works. That part's good. No brake lights either. Dang it, I really wish we had brake lights too. That just could be the switch. I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, no brake lights. Could be the brake light switch, or could be a fuse. So now I'm gonna replace all of the fuses that are in that fuse box with new ones, and we'll see what else comes alive. Hopefully the rest of the dash comes alive, that'd be great. All right, we are gonna go fuse by fuse and just start pulling each and every one of them out and replacing them with a new one, because I'm not chancing it. I got a brass bristle, boop, boop, boop. That's what I got, one of these. A brass bristle brush. I want you to say that 5 times fast. To go in and brush out the contacts if I find any additional corrosion. I like this one because it's, you know, obviously like a regular brush, and then it's got these little spikes on the back, so you can do that little like kind of push and dig and really clean it out. And again, I've got contact cleaner and dielectric grease. So I think I've got everything I need. I've just got to go fuse by fuse and replace stuff. The flasher relay was bad. I replaced it. Tried the flashers, they work. Obviously the battery's disconnected right now, but nothing else on the dash is working. So hopefully once we start replacing bad fuses, things will come back to life. Okay guys, here's where we're at. So I finished changing out all of the relays and fuses inside the car. Everything started, well, not everything. Most of the things started to work. The only thing that's still not working is the blower motor. So I'm not sure what's happening there. It could be that that's messed up. Also, the other things not working are the windows. They're still not going down, and the top's still not going down. So I don't know if that's because they are completely bad. I'm not really sure, but anyway, I went to the store. I got some Champion plugs because they didn't have NGKs. I'm gonna install these because they're way better than what was in there with the rust. I also bought oil and an oil filter that I want to install too. That's one plug-in. I'm sure you've heard this 1,000 times. Anytime you put plugs in, you have to start it by hand. Always start it by hand so you don't cross thread into the aluminum head. My first Honda was a 93 Honda Accord. 5-speed manual, 4-door. It was rosewood brown with maroon velvet interior. It was gorgeous. It was perfect condition. It had like 50,000 miles on it. It was a great car, and like within the first week I got into an accident. I was a kid. My second Honda was a 93 Prelude SI. Great car as well, but it was an automatic, not a 5-speed. My third Honda would be an Acura Legend. Loved that car, loved it. Had a horrible transmission that I replaced, and then it ran great. It was a 4-door, it was dark blue. It had cream cloth interior, not the leather, because for some reason back in the 90s, come on. The like Acura leather was like really crappy quality, and it would always like tear and break and crack and look really bad. So I was super happy to get one that did not have leather interior. All right, even though I bought oil and an oil filter, I'm just gonna put the plugs in, put the coils back on, hit the button, see what happens. I mean, it's got old gas and everything, but I don't know, maybe it'll start, maybe it won't, who knows. Well, 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 oh, look at this. So I got some Lysol all-purpose cleaner and my drill brush, and started to attack some of this mold because I like myself and this mold does not like me. So I'm trying to get some of it all cleaned up. I did one area just to see like if it was gonna damage anything rather if the mold was gonna like quickly come back. I just wanted to see if the Lysol was gonna do the trick. And it does. You can kind of see there a little line of a before and after, and so I'm going to do the rest of this door panel and clean up some more in the car. Look at that, nice and clean, no more moldy smell. Now time to do the passenger side. Door nice and clean, it's just drying off right now, but got all the mold off, scrubbed the heck out of it. Now I'll go back and do a second pass once it's all dry so I can see if there's any other mold or if it comes back. But that Lysol stuff is great. I'm gonna do the seats. Here's the before of the passenger seat. Pretty nasty. Let me get this cleaned up. All right guys, and here is the after for the passenger seat. Now it's clean, but I definitely took some of the color off of this thing. Not that it had much color on it anyway. I am gonna re-dye the seats and make them look nice, but I just had to get the mold off. It was unbearable in there. So next I'm gonna do the driver's seat, and then I'm gonna start working on the dash, start cleaning all of that, just so that I can start sitting in the car and I can start trying to work on the rest of the stuff that I need to work on to get this thing running. All right guys, so I've cleaned the dash, cleaned the steering wheel, shifter, emergency brake, both the driver's seat, the passenger seat, and the whole dash and cluster and underneath and the door panels and all that stuff, and now it's not so moldy and stinky in the car anymore. This is where we're gonna end it tonight, and then tomorrow I'm gonna work on trying to figure out how to get that panel out. And yeah, that's mud, so the water went all the way up to here. Got to get this out so that I can access the fuel tank and the fuel pump, because I need to take that off to drain all of the fuel and potentially just go ahead and replace the pump, because again, it's been sitting 7 or 8 years with this fuel, and I can't get to those 3 screws that are back there unless I take that big old piece of plastic covering it off, and then I can get to it. I'll see you guys in the morning.